Imagine a playground. A big club runs it. They've made the rules for a long, long time. But, well, that's all starting to change.
See, a new crew just showed up, and they've started their very own club. They are so done with the old rules. They think the old club controls everything, especially the playground economy. You know, the lunch money. And they're ready to shake things up.
So yeah, they're not just talking a big game anymore. They're actually showing off their strength. And that makes you wonder, what is this new club really planning?
It all started with the lunch money, really. It was just an economic idea, a way for these big, growing countries to trade with each other, to build their own financial system, one that the old club couldn't control.
So this club, it's called BRICS Plus. At first, it was just 5 members: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. But just last year, it got bigger, adding 4 more countries to the team. You know what they say, more friends, more power. Of course, the leader of the old club was not a fan. They saw this new group as a direct threat, something built to weaken their grip on the playground's economy, the US dollar. They even threatened to take away some of their toys by imposing new rules.
But you know what? The new club didn't back down. Not at all. In fact, they doubled down. And this is where the whole story really takes a turn. Suddenly, it wasn't just about lunch money anymore. It was about who had the real muscle on the playground. The timing here is just fascinating. Right when the US was putting the squeeze on Iran, one of the new members, what happens? 3 BRICS Plus countries, Russia, China, and Iran, get together. They hold joint naval war games. And get this, they didn't do it near their own homes. They did it off the coast of another member, South Africa. Now, this wasn't just for show. It was a message, loud and clear. They were basically screaming, hey, we can protect our trade routes, we can team up with our friends no matter where they are in the world, and maybe, just maybe, the old club isn't the only one in charge of the seas anymore.
Okay, but here's the reality check. It's one thing to be in a club. It's a whole other thing to be a real team. You know, a gang that's always got your back. And these kids, well, they argue. A lot.
All this muscle flexing brings us to the billion-dollar question. Is this new club turning into a real military force? Are we looking at something like NATO, the old club's powerhouse alliance? The short answer? No, not even close. And here's why. NATO has that one-for-all, all-for-one deal. You mess with one member, you mess with all of them. BRICS Plus? They don't have anything like that. Their members all have their own agendas, and there's no single leader calling the shots.
And it gets even messier. That whole one-for-all idea is pretty much impossible when some of the club members are actually rivals. They don't always agree on the rules of the game, and sometimes they're fighting over the exact same patch of sand.
I mean, look at China and India. They're in the same club, but they're literally fighting over their border in the Himalayas. Then you've got India, which is also a strategic partner with the West. It's trying to be friends with both clubs at the same time. Plus, these guys are scattered all over the globe. It's really hard to be a tight-knit crew when you live in completely different neighborhoods.
And the list of problems goes on. Big ones, too. There's no top general in charge of everyone. There's no shared playbook for what to do in a fight. Heck, they don't even all speak the same language. That makes coordinating things tricky.
Okay, so let's wrap this up. After looking at everything, what's the final verdict on this group? Are they a dangerous new gang we should worry about, or are they just a club of friends?
So, after weighing all their strengths and all their weaknesses, we can finally get to the real answer. Make no mistake, this is a powerful club. You absolutely cannot ignore them. They have serious economic weight, and their military muscles are definitely getting bigger. That flexing is for real.
But it is not a unified military gang. The members are just arguing too much among themselves. They've got too many competing interests. They are not ready to fight as one single team. At least, not yet. And that really leaves us with one last thing to think about. They might not be a gang today, but they are absolutely changing the dynamic on the playground. So maybe the real question isn't about who would win a fight, but if this playground is actually big enough for 2 super powerful clubs.